Every year, the healthcare industry in the United States gets bigger and bigger. One reason for this is our aging population. In 1970, the median age in the United States was 28 years old. Today, the median age in the United States is 38 years old. One result of our aging population is the growing demand for occupational therapy assistance. Occupational therapy assistants help patients develop, recover, improve, as well as maintain the skills needed for daily living and working. In this video, we're going to help you answer the question, should you become an occupational therapy assistant in 2020? We will cover salaries, the job market, and the latest trends. Coming up. Hey guys and girls, Stephen Hack here with CareerWatch, where we help you with your career search. If you end up enjoying the video, hit that like button to support the channel. I also offer consulting services, more information in the description below. So what is an occupational therapy assistant? Occupational therapy assistants help patients develop, recover, improve, as well as maintain the skills needed for daily living and working. They are directly involved in providing therapy to patients. They also help kids who have developmental disabilities like autism. Occupational therapy assistants work under the direction of occupational therapists. Both collaborate to develop and carry out a treatment plan for each patient. This treatment plan could include a variety of activities tailored to the patient. It could be teaching a patient how to move from a bed to a wheelchair. It could also involve working around a disability. They also help people who have learning disabilities, teaching them skills to allow them to become more independent. So where do these assistants work? Occupational therapy assistants work in a variety of work environments. 46% work in healthcare offices, about 17% work in nursing care facilities, 16% work in hospitals, 5% work in the educational industry, and 5% work in home healthcare services. Here's how the pay breaks down in these different work environments. Nursing care facilities on average tend to pay them the most amount of money, with an average base salary of around $67,000 per year. Home healthcare services are next with an average base salary of around $66,000. Healthcare offices around $62,000, hospitals $58,000, and education tends to pay the least with an average base salary of around $52,000 per year. This data is straight from the government. It doesn't include benefits. It doesn't include overtime. Every year, the government surveys occupational therapy assistants as well as 1,200 careers. Here's their pay over time. In 1999, the average base pay was recorded at around $33,000 per year. By 2019, this average base pay had risen to about $61,880. So from 1999 to 2019, we have a total wage growth of about $29,000, basically almost doubling. This comes out to a yearly wage growth of around $1,500 for occupational therapy assistants. We can then estimate the 2020 salary. It would be around $63,000 per year. Here's how the pay breaks down in 2019 using percentiles. Starting salary for occupational therapy assistants would be anywhere up to the 25th percentile. This would be between $40,000 and up to around $52,000 per year. The top 10% would have lots of years of experience or work in a really hot job market. They on average start at around $82,000 per year and kind of go up from there. So how does this pay stack up against similar occupations? Well, to be perfectly honest, occupational therapy assistants do pretty well when compared to similar occupations. By average national base salary, they out-earn dental assistants, medical assistants, physical therapy assistants, and psychiatric assistants. They are also only about $15,000 off from occupational therapists. This is really interesting to me because occupational therapy assistants and occupational therapists have vastly different education requirements. You need a master's degree to become an occupational therapist and only an associate's degree to really become an occupational therapy assistant. I do have a video on occupational therapists that goes into the salaries, the job market, and it is a really interesting occupation. If you can stomach the debt and all of the schooling, it's definitely something you could definitely consider. Here's the final part about the pay of occupational therapy assistants. Certain parts of the country tend to pay more than others. Here are the top 5 highest paying states for this occupation. The 5th highest, the Lone Star State, also known as the state of Texas, on average pays them around $67,000 per year. The state of Virginia, located on the East Coast, pays around $68,000 per year. The state of California, also known as the Golden State, around $70,000. Nevada, also known as the Silver State, around $72,000. And the highest paying state for occupational therapy assistants is the Garden State. It is the state of New Jersey, where the average base salary is around $74,000 per year. As you can see, certain states tend to pay much better than others. Next, let's get into one of the biggest advantages to becoming an occupational therapy assistant in 2020, and that is the job market. The job market for occupational therapy assistants is growing really rapidly. In 1999, there were 17,290 employed occupational therapy assistants. By 2019, this rose to 44,990. And this job growth has been really consistent over the past 2 decades. So if we add it all up from 1999 to 2019, there was a gain of almost 28,000 jobs. This basically comes to an addition of about 1,400 jobs per year. So all taken together, the number of occupational therapy assistants has over doubled over the past 2 decades. Government economists predict that this will continue. They are estimating a staggering 33% increase in the number of jobs over the next 10 years. Meanwhile, the average occupation is growing at 5%. Very few occupations are growing as quickly as occupational therapy assistants. Like I said earlier, our population is getting older. Older adults are more prone to conditions and ailments, so occupational therapy assistants will be in demand for years to come. So let's say you're deeply interested in this occupation. How do you become an occupational therapy assistant? Typically, you need an associate's degree from an accredited university. Many of these programs can be found in community colleges and technical schools. According to education.costhelper.com, the cost of these programs can range from about $5,000 to $24,000. The government did a survey of the education of occupational therapy assistants in 2017, and this is what they found. They found that 10% had some college, 70% had an associate's degree, 18% had a bachelor's degree, and 2% had a master's degree. Just like every occupation, becoming an occupational therapy assistant has its pros and cons. People that are attracted to this occupation tend to really enjoy working with other people and enjoy hands-on activities. They tend to be very social and realistic. Often the cost of education is thousands of dollars instead of tens of thousands of dollars. Also, the pay is really good compared to similar occupations with a similar educational level. Definitely do your own research before jumping into this occupation. Are you an occupational therapy assistant? What do you enjoy about this occupation? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.